Hi, I am Stephanie J. Block.
And I'm Mary Lee Fairbanks.
And you are listening to Season 4 of Stages Podcast, where we go behind the scenes and beyond the resume.
Join us as we talk to some of the greatest talents from theater, TV, film, and more. And then check out stagespodcast.net for past episodes, merch, and so much more. And love where you are now. Hello, everyone. We had this conversation with the amazing Jenn Colella shortly before her baby was born. So we would like to give a huge congratulations to Jenn and her wife, Mo, on the birth of their beautiful baby, February 14th, Valentine's baby. She's here, beautiful Morrison Caroline Colella. So congratulations to you all. And thank you for having a chat with us, Jenn. Enjoy, everyone.
Would it be and Jen, like Jen, Red?
It's a Jenn.
Jenn, Red. Oh, that's right. You're a
enough.
double.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, one's not enough. And you've been mispronouncing it this whole time. So it's Jen. No, I'm just kidding. Your face.
I was like, oh, fuck. I have to call you back. We've got to do this whole interview again.
I gotta call you right back. Jen. There it is. It's okay. It happens often. Can you imagine?
Vivi's description of kindness is this: being nice to someone no matter who they are, even if they aren't nice to you. And then she thought, and she went, oh, and giving of yourself. This describes today's guest pretty perfectly. Her voice and her stage presence are out of this effing world, but I believe her legacy will be her unwavering commitment to love and kindness. I'm not sure if it is a constant practice or if it comes naturally to her, but her energy shifts people's consciousness to be more joyful, to feel more accepted, and to recognize and embrace the miracle of living. Her stage work is vast, and they date over 2 decades. Broadway is Urban Cowboy, High Fidelity, Chaplin the Musical, If Then, and then, of course, her absolute triumph, which was embodying Beverly Bass in Come From Away. She earned, I didn't even know there were this many awards, people, but she earned the Craig Knoll Award, the Helen Hayes Award, the Dora Maver Moore Award, the Drama Desk Award, the Outer Critics Award, and the Tony Award nomination. She's about to embark on 2 more groundbreaking roles: that of Carrie Chapman Catt in the upcoming SUFFS on Broadway, very highly anticipated, and that of a mother to her precious newborn baby girl. Without sounding too grand, both of these roles, I believe, will help nurture, give voice, strength, agency, and inspiration to the women of this nation. As Sondheim so deftly put it, children and art. I'm so proud to welcome to Stages Podcast, Jenn Colella. Jenn Colella, to stage, please. Jenn, we need you on stage.
How dare you? I'm crying. I feel like I'm pregnant. That was
you are.
That was beautiful.
You are
goodness.
beautiful.
That was
the chapters of your life are so impressive. The more I read about you, I feel have lived multiple lives in this life.
Absolutely.
I mean, literally.
Yes. There have been many me's.
There's been many yous. I'm throwing out here. So I feel like I knew you, but like golf, you ran a golf store with your parents. You worked in an insurance company, like call center. You're a juggler. You were in a rock and roll band. You've traveled extensively. Like you started out as a comedian.
Yeah, stand-up comic. I want to hear about that.
That is
that's terrifying.
Is the scariest art form, I think.
Absolutely terrifying. You know what's the most terrifying? Because if you fail, there's no one to blame. It's not the writing,
Right.
you wrote it. It's not the delivery, you delivered it. There's no, the
Right.
accompanist wasn't off. It's all you. So if you fail on
Yep.
stage, there is no one to blame but you. But the good thing about that, I learned, and this was probably the most valuable thing about stand up for me, was that you could get the audience back in the next breath. They don't care. Nobody cares if you fail. It doesn't mean the whole set's over. It depends on whether or not you crumble and then slink off stage, or if you gather yourself, forget about it, and take a breath and deliver the next line or joke and keep going, then they're always with you. So I kind of took that with me on stage. Like nothing could happen on stage that is going to absolutely demolish me or my career or the show, right?
But why would you choose that? What led you down that avenue to begin with?
I think it was people were encouraging me. I'm like always trying to make people laugh. It's a way that I like to connect. As a kid, I really used that as a way to be seen and to get attention. And so I've just kind of honed those skills. And a lot of my buddies in grad school, I went to the University of California at Irvine, were like, you should just do this. Go to one like open mic night. And I did, and a producer saw me, and I ended up being like a regular at the Laugh Factory in the Comedy Store in Hollywood. So wild.
Do you remember what that set was? Or do you remember what joke would have hooked the producer to be like, "Oh yeah, she's got it."
I did a whole set. My first set was about how I was very excited to actually be there, and so excited, in fact, that I didn't write any jokes. And so I forgot that part of it, and I looked at the audience and like, who's got jokes?
That's funny.
Thanks.
You're like a little puppy. You showed up and you're just piddling all over the stage. You're like, I did not prepare.
I don't have any jokes. I'm so happy to be here tonight. Oh my God, what an honor. Here I am. I forgot. Isn't this interesting? To write any jokes. Who has some?
Okay, so if we're in audition, I'm going to throw it to you, Mary Lee, first.
Oh my God.
You walk into an audition room or anywhere. No. You have to tell a joke. What's the joke? What's your go-to joke?
Okay, I have one. So this duck walks into a bar and he walks up to the bartender and he's like, "Hey, got any grapes?" And the bartender goes, "What? No, I don't have any grapes. No, I don't have grapes. Go away." So the duck leaves, and the next day he comes back and he waddles back into the bar and he waddles over to the stool and he looks at the bartender and he goes, "Hey, got any grapes?" Bartender goes, "Listen, duck, no, we have no grapes. Go away." So the duck leaves. Next day, duck comes back again. "Hey, got any grapes?" Bartender goes, "Listen, duck, I told you yesterday and the day before we don't have any grapes. And if you come back in here and you ask me to grapes again, I'm going to nail your little web feet to the floor. Okay?" And the duck goes, "Got any nails? No. Got any grapes?"
That's
Yes!
a good one.
That would be my
That's a
go-to, I guess.
good
Yeah.
one.
Perfect.
Oh,
It's perfect.
all right.
Go on,
Good
Steph.
one.
You're next.
No, I'm not.
You are
good.
not
All-
making me do that, and then you don't get to do it.
Well, all of my jokes are kind of dad jokes because, you'll learn this when you got the kid. You're like, I want to share all this with her, but none of this is appropriate. And I
Yeah.
don't tell them. I don't tell them very well,
Uh-huh.
guys. Okay, let me try. Oh, this is so bad. What did the right eye say to the left eye?
What?
Between you and me, something stinks. Or smells. See, I even did it wrong. Something smells.
Really great.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Very
Yes.
bad.
Yes.
Something,
bad.
something smells, not stinks. Oh, okay, Jen, go.
It's great. It's great. All mine are really, really dirty.
So we're gonna have to bleep. We'll bleep it out, or we'll put the E when people listen. Yeah.
Okay. A Superman is flying to save someone, and he's flying over a beach, and he looks down and he sees Wonder Woman lying spread eagle on the beach, naked, and he thinks, "Oh my heavens, what is going on here?" And he goes, "You know what? I'm Superman. I can actually visit her for a moment and still make it on time to save this person." So he swoops down and he goes, bam, 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 and then he flies off. And Wonder Woman goes, "What the hell was that?" And the Invisible Man goes, "I don't know, but my ass is on fire." Not good for kids? No good?
Oh, guys, all of this
That
is
was a
bringing
good
up my
one.
asthma. So for the next hour, I'm gonna be wheezing. Oh my God. And she's a comedian.
You're going to need a whole new batch of jokes. Be telling that joke.
I need a new batch. Okay.
When you get into a rehearsal room for any comedy, are you at the point now where you can go to the book writer and maybe say, I have something that I think that might work here? Are they open to that?
It would be better if I did that. I will just throw it in and then get the laugh in the room and look at them and be like,
It worked. Yeah. Okay. So it's better to ask
Do
for.
they get mad when you do that, though? Do they get mad?
Not often, or they'll be like, "That was funny. It's not in the script." And I'm like, "Good, good,
Yeah.
good. Let's
Okay.
keep
Okay.
rehearsing."
Okay.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Fine, totally fine, totally fine.
Were you a part of the creation of SUFFS? Were you able to like get your hands in there and have a lot of opinions when creating the part?
I've been a part of it from the very beginning. I've never missed a workshop in the past 6.5 years.
Wow.
The very first time we read through it, there was like 4 of us singing the entire score. So I've played
Wow.
all the roles. I've like sung the entire score. I've seen it. Yeah, I've never missed any workshop at all, which is I find key. I don't want anybody else to sing my songs. Don't let anybody else in there.
That's the test, right?
Because you watch the creative team, right? Be like, oh gosh, it's Jen for sure. But somebody, I can't make it one time. Somebody else comes in and they're like, ooh, what about this?
Yep.
Nope.
Yep.
You don't want to allow that.
That's our test. We always say, do you want to be chosen or do you actually want to do the role? Because, I mean, let's be honest, there's always an ego and you want the phone to ring and say, they want you. And then you have to gauge, but do I actually want to do the work and show up 8 times a week for a year? Or did I just want someone to say, you're the one? And then every time we go, okay, what does it feel like if someone else is actually in the room creating this part and doing the show? And if it aches, you better stick it out. And if you go, well, yeah, I guess it would be okay, then it's not yours.
Right.
That's right. That's exactly right.
But if you've played all the roles, how did you say, this is the marriage between actor and part?
Well, that's a great question. I only was playing the roles to help them out so they could hear. Carrie was the original ask from Lee Silverman. She was like, we're developing this thing. There's a woman who represents the old guard. We'd like for it to be you. And I was first like, I'm the old guard now. I'm the old guard. Good. Yes, good. And it was, I remember like sitting in the sushi restaurant, like having that moment of like, old guard, that's me. And then immediately being like, of course, I'm absolutely honored. This sounds incredible. What a great idea. And then being in the room and hearing the songs and feeling the energy. It's like those moments when you look at each other and you're like, oh, this is something very special. Goosebumps. We're all sitting forward. It was moving from day one. And so my heart has been attached to it and these people and the message of it and the potential power of it for a very long time.
Ooh, potential power. I love that feeling. I approached Lee to maybe help me direct Sunset Boulevard. And she welcomed the conversation. She was very intrigued. And then she called me to task and she said, why are we telling this story? I don't know why we're telling this story. I opened up and I said, well, my initial knee-jerk reaction, ego. I want to sing the songs. I feel like this story right now in the mental state that I'm in, I can align clearly and authentically with it. I do feel like I can bring something, but it was that question of why that brought me to the whole mental health stage of it, introducing myself to the material and reworking the material from that goal of mental health. But she said, look, I'm working on a project that couldn't be more relevant, that couldn't be answering the question of why. And we are dissecting it, saying, what is the statement for our Black folks in the show? What is the statement for the women? What is the statement? And if you can't answer these questions for me, Stephanie, I don't think I can walk beside you. And I was like, holy cow, the integrity that I can imagine is happening in that room with Lee at the helm. I can only imagine, because that conversation changed everything for me with the way I approach not only Sunset, but now the why of the matter. Why am I making this art? Why? And if you don't have an answer, I'm not sure it's the right time or place to be telling the story.
If something edifying can't come out of it, then why tell it? It's
That's
just
right.
salacious.
Why have you brought me here this evening? Yeah, exactly.
So
Exactly right.
tell me what's happening in that room. You spoke, you briefly did a broad stroke, but tell me the crackle that's happening in the room.
I mean, the work itself is exciting and moving and smart. And I didn't know a lot about the suffrage movement at all. And come to find out, not a lot of people did because they don't teach it, they don't focus on it.
Right.
It's not thought about. Shocking news. So, learning what these women did and their sisterhood and how they band together and how they tore each other apart because there were different intergenerational ideas about how to go about this. Interracially, it was like, are we all standing together as sisters, or are you putting Black people in the back because you don't want to lose constituents?
Didn't Susan
All
B.
of
Anthony, she actually was a gatekeeper of some kind, right? For the
She
vote?
sure was.
Yeah.
Absolutely. She most certainly was. And Carrie Chapman Catt, whom I play, was her protege.
Ah.
And she's the leader of the National American Woman Suffrage Association. And my character's mission is to very methodically, very in a ladylike, smart, gentle way, go state by state, gain access to the vote in a very logical way that is non-threatening. And then Alice Paul, played by Shayna Taub, who wrote the entire thing, comes in, and she was like, no, we need to hold President Woodrow Wilson's feet to the fire. We need to take to the streets. It was the first march ever on Washington was this women's suffrage march. She plans this entire huge thing, and it uproots all of Carrie's, in her mind, all of her work, all of the things that she's been doing to set this up very carefully. She knows that men are going to think now we're just screaming harpies in the streets, which is what we've been really, really working against. And so it's beautiful to watch these two women fighting for the same thing, but in total opposition.
Every movement needs the communicator, the connector, the nurturer, the disruptor. There's like a whole list, and that's what completes the circle for an effective movement. Yeah.
That's exactly right. But these women put their lives on the line. They were arrested. They went on hunger strike in prison. They were force fed in prison.
Wow.
Many died on the campaign trail. We just have no idea. We have no clue. And the show not only offers the history of it, but that's what's beautiful. It's not historical. It's about the relationship between these women, and how they're leaning on each other and fighting each other and trying to look deep within their own hearts and like, can I lead a movement and be a mother? It's absolutely stunning. And then being in the room, as you asked, because it's mostly female identifying people, there is a sense of genuine respect and collaboration. Whereas sometimes I've found if men are in charge, women do not feel as comfortable to offer a way that we could move forward in rehearsal. We'll just kind of swallow something. And that's not the case in the room that Lee and Shayna create. Everything is welcome. It's all very collaborative. It's very respectful. Everything is mindful. We start by checking in. We look to each other. How are you doing? Are your needs met as a person? What do you need as a performer? And let's jump in. It's me.
That's amazing. And also, it's not historical because in this election year, we're all breathing and holding our breath and, putting it out there that we move forward and not backward. And I'm sure
That's
as
right.
a mom waiting to bring a little girl into this world, like all we want is confidence and agency and voice for these young people,
Yeah.
to hold both worry, concern, and hope in the same breath, because you have to. If we're not
That's
moving
right.
forward with hope, then we are creating a space of darkness for our kids. So I have to hold on to that, but I also can't
That's
be
right.
blind to what is actually happening. Like you said, state by state by state. It's very methodical to hold the reins on our young girls and women.
That's right.
It's so troubling because I stopped watching the news, around COVID time. I was
Mm-hmm.
like, you know what? I just can't watch this anymore. It's too much fear mongering. It's too much. We're feeding into the wrong things. And I'm just going to create my own space. I'm going to talk about the things that I think create a positive change and do it through the podcast and the way. But then you say to yourself, am I just sticking my head in the sand and ignoring what's out there? Because you don't even know what to believe on the news.
Right.
It's hard to know what's really true and what to really focus your energy on, and how do you even make a change? You feel you feel powerless to make a change. And when things like the, the power of choice start changing all around us, and you start to say, when do we start taking back to the streets and yelling and screaming and forming movements? Because something's broken, seriously broken.
But the focus on one thing is what I have to do, or else the noise is overwhelming and then I paralyze and I stop. But
That's
if
what
I
happens
look
to
at
me.
one thing and I say, I can do this, I'm going to weep up. If I can do this and I can see the needle change even that much, knowing that the ripple effect won't, change everything, but one small thing
Yes.
makes me feel like an advocate of something rather than a worrier of everything and a doer of
Mm.
nothing. Do you know
Oh,
what
yeah.
I mean?
Yes,
There
my
was a
friend.
study done. I listened to, not to promote another podcast, but Armchair Expert, and they were discussing about poverty, and they were saying that if you put out an ad and there's one sweet young face discussing poverty, people give, 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 give. You put two faces, all of a sudden the giving's half. You put more than three or four, people don't give at all.
Overwhelmed.
It's too much.
Overwhelmed.
Too
It's
much.
overwhelming.
They need to
One
literally
person I can help, 5 people I don't know where
That's
to begin.
exactly right.
That's
And
right.
in again, the bell went off. I was like, ding, ding, ding. That's me. That's me.
Yes.
So I have to do just the one thing.
So the power comes in then being centered and finding out the one thing that you can do
That's
to
right.
give or
That's
to
right.
change or to force thought or,
That's
something.
right.
Yeah.
And
That's right.
I know you believe this. I know we all believe it. But then the universe looks down and goes, they're doing something that's going to inspire somebody else and I don't know, hopefully it is like a domino effect for good. I
Of
have to.
course it is.
Right?
Of
It
course it
is.
is. Of course it is. I try to, when I get overwhelmed, we'll start even with not what can I do for society or right here in my own world, but like for myself. How do I best take care of myself in this moment? What is going to help me come back to center? Because I'm a little scattered. I'm feeling afraid. I'm overwhelmed. What can I do in this moment for self-care? And what are the ripple effects of that? How is that going to affect how I communicate and connect with people throughout the rest of my day?
And we will be right back.
Do you have a spiritual practice, a consistent spiritual practice?
I meditate
You do.
daily, and it has been a game changer for me. Really a big
And for
game
you,
changer.
is it a guided meditation, a silent meditation, a walking meditation, or all of it, or what do you do?
Great question. It started as I had a mantra, and that worked for a little while. And then felt like I needed more guidance. I needed to, in order to keep the habit going. So I just go on Headspace. And on that app, you can create however long you want. So again, I'm reading a book right now called Tiny Habits: Why Starting Small Makes Lasting Change Easy by BJ Fogg, who's a PhD. Highly recommend Tiny Habits. And it really talks about how we can rewire our brains by doing little things. So I'll just sit and meditate for 10 minutes. I'm like, if I can give myself 10 minutes and this person will help guide me through for 10 minutes, and I just sit here and all my entire job is just to listen to what they're doing, then I make this habit in my brain that allows my body to relax. I can come back to center, and I look forward to it every single day. When I started with the mantra, I was doing twice a day, 20 minutes each time.
Wow.
And it was good, but it was hard for me to keep up. This 10 minutes a day feels like a tiny habit that I can commit to and feel really great about. And that's the other way that you get to rewire your brain from these things, is the feeling good about it. Is the yes, crushed it.
It creates the new neural pathways so that when you start going down an old road, the new neural pathways go, nope, we don't go there anymore. And it leads you off into a new place.
That's
And
right.
what's so powerful about it is, what we think about grows. That's just a fact.
Oh,
That's like
fact.
the law of the
Yeah.
universe. What you think about grows, and like attracts like. So even if it's just for the 10 minutes, doing the new neural pathways and rewiring a negative pattern or a negative repetitive thought, because if you keep that negativity, that's what's going to come back and
That's right.
reinforce your thinking.
But the neurons that fire together wire together. That's right.
Exactly.
I talk to my students about this a lot, and it's been coming up so much. The voice in our heads that's unkind.
Yeah.
that we can find it easier to be kind to others. I can, but I've really been listening to the voice in my own head. And she's gotten into the habit of thinking, oh, well, if you're not hard on yourself, then how are you going to continue to keep a pace in this very difficult business, in this life? And I do not believe that anymore. I hear that voice. I hear that she's trying to help me. I'm not angry with her. I'm not trying to demolish her or kill her. I hear that she's looking out for me. And I say thank you. And then I immediately replace that thought with something kind to create a new neural pathway.
I read this fascinating thing that when you do things that are difficult for you, things that you really find challenging and you maybe do not want to do, like, for example, like getting in the cold plunge, you know, one of those cold plunge pools.
Yes.
When you face the not wanting to do it and you do it anyway, your brain actually grows.
Really?
Part of your brain
So exciting.
expands. Yep. And so when we force ourselves to do things that we don't want to do, your brain grows.
I do a cold, just at the end. I love hot showers. I hate being cold. I love a hot shower. At the end of my hot showers, I've been doing this for like several months now. I immediately turn on the cold, and I'm like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I don't have to do it. Why would you do it? And then I end up doing it. So I love what you've just shared with me. This is thrilling. I'm so excited to know
It's
my
so funny
brain is
because when
growing.
I first started doing it, I would just sit like on the top step. So it was like just my bottom of my hips and
You're
my
going
heels
the
were in, you know,
plunge.
and then I would go, oh no, I go in the plunge. And then I go down and down and down. And what I would do is 30-second breath in, hold for 30-second breaths out. And I would be like, okay, that's a half a minute. I can do that 10 more times. And then all of a sudden I'm like, well, that's 5 minutes. And so now I'm in, I do 12 minutes.
You are a
Wow.
warrior.
That is
You've
a
got to be
warrior.
kidding me. That is
That's a warrior.
amazing.
Yeah. Do you go somewhere? Do you, like, for example, not to go back to childbirth, but that was, Mo, do not listen. That was the most painful moment of my life. So I kept going to like the beach and picking shells. That's where I go. Sunset, beach,
Yeah.
shell picking. That regulates my breathing. I feel like I can literally transport to somewhere else depending on where I am. Do you go somewhere?
So I do different things. Sometimes when I really don't want to do it, if I'm being totally honest, I'll play a game on my phone just to distract myself.
Aha.
Other times I'll go into the counting. The counting helps. Or I have like a it's kind of a witchy prayer that I say.
You're a
And I say
witch.
it over and
That's
over
okay.
again. And yeah.
Our listeners know.
Yeah, what's it?
So,
I want this witchy prayer.
oh, do you really want to hear it?
Hmm.
I say, winds of change, heed my plea, bring forth the power that resides within me. Of earth, of water, and fire and air, I claim my power fair and square. The words I speak, so mote they be, healthy, financially wealthy, spiritually calm, vision, powerful, and free. This is me, so mote it be, and so it is.
Wow.
Beautiful. That's a meditation.
So much
That is
better
a-
than
Yeah.
your joke. So much better than your
I
joke.
literally, I say that prayer literally 10 times a day.
You do.
I
It's
say it on my dog
beautiful.
hike. I'm on the dog hike. I take my gloves off and I touch the trees and say it. And I go up in my
Wow.
field and I say it. And I say it to my dogs and I say it before bed. I say it when I wake up. That's my prayer. And I change the words because you get to it. So mote it be the words you speak.
That's right.
So mote they be. So you can change whatever words you want them to be.
Well,
you know?
I
So-
liked your words. Those all felt very good to me.
Indeed. That's
Okay.
yeah,
beautiful.
that's my
So
Thank you.
beautiful.
Stephanie, what are the chances of you getting into a cold plunge?
Yeah, I think you might be proud of me. Vivi just turned 9.
Mhm.
We were going to just take a very small trip because now I live in Northern California. So we were going to take a little overnight trip to Tahoe. We were going to do a little skiing. We couldn't. So she wanted to bring Tahoe here. So we did a winter wonderland. You know me, I'm cutting out all these little snowflakes and we made her a polar bear cake and we had all the pin the poop on the polar bear games and stuff. But we decided, the entire family, we held hands and we jumped in the freaking pool. And it was raining. It was 40 some degrees outside. Our
I
pool
love it.
was ice. We called the neighbors. We said, you're going to hear lots of screaming. It's maybe some crying and yelling, but it's just us. And it created I'm not going to do it again, but we created the sweetest memories. And she
Oh,
laughed
That's
her
so
head off
awesome.
and we got it on video. And like, even over the last course of the week, everybody's been talking about what they felt, if they're going to continue it. Seb has done it every single day since. So it really
Oh, I
was,
love it.
it was a shifting, and it's not what you would expect at a 9-year-old's birthday party. But I was like, this is a memory maker. And if we all do it together, how swell. So we counted down from 9. She started counting down from 9 for her birthday, and we all
Get
jumped
outta
on
here.
0. Isn't that fun?
I love
It's
that's the best.
That's
The
awesome.
best.
How
Now the shower
beautiful.
thing,
So great.
I'm too Virgo and like too, I think, okay, I've just shaved. I mean, I'm giving you really smooth pits, bikini line and legs. If I go cold, the Italian in me, those hairs are going to be
Well,
all
goosebumpy.
I'm Italian. I'm a
Yeah.
Virgo. The same exact thought pattern came. It's not a joke.
Here's one more thing about the cold plunge. Okay.
Yep.
If you do the amount of adrenaline that is released in your brain, the amount of dopamine that's released is like doing cocaine.
What?
Except cocaine lasts 10 minutes, and the effects of a cold plunge last up to 4 hours.
I want to see the scientific research. I don't
I'm
know.
telling you,
I
I
don't
will
know.
find it. I will find
I
it.
don't
I'll
know.
find it. I'll
I
find
don't
it.
know if I believe
I'll find it.
Don't know. Really?
And I will, like, yesterday I was in the worst mood because of that phone call we had, Steph. I was cranky. And my husband's like, okay,
Go jump in the lake.
do you want to go to the gym? And I was like, yes, I do. And he was like, because I hate going to the gym. And he was like, oh, okay, great. Let's get you in the cold plunge.
Okay.
And he said, you're a different person going in than you are coming out. Whenever you're in a bad mood, I just kind of ease you to the gym.
You were a quarterback in college.
I totally was. I was captain of the football team all 4 years, quarterback my senior year.
How did you approach that? Were there any sort of crazy hoops that you had to jump through in order for the administration to say, let's do this. Let's not worry about gender. Let's give Jen a chance. Like, what did that all look
I went
like?
to an all women's college.
And they had full on football,
Yeah.
not tag, not full on.
It was flag football.
Okay.
It was flag
Okay.
football.
Okay.
But you
But you
can't.
still get tackled, don't you?
Can't, yeah, you can't actually. There's a blocking, right? You can't block a
Oh,
woman
okay.
and have her not take it personally. It was more vicious than any male sport. I grew up in like little league, like basketball. I was like the only girl in all boys little league for many years. I grew up with brothers, so I was constantly playing with boys, and nothing was as vicious as these women playing flag football.
Really?
It was awesome. It was so beautiful.
So would you feel it like, oh, she's taking it out on me, and I'm going to take it
Absolutely.
out on her?
Yes. I mean, it gave women an opportunity to get physical in a way that we don't often have. I feel the same way about boxing
Interesting.
class. When am I ever allowed to like throw a serious jab or a right hook and connect with something and make a sound and release something and let some of my fury out in a physical way? That's being celebrated and okay. Women aren't allowed to do it. If we
Yeah.
do that, we're a crazy bee, right?
The first thing that came to mind, who was that famous tennis player that would go, oh,
Maria Navratilova.
Yes.
Yes. No, it's pop.
it's literally at the tip.
Starts with a P. Maria pop.
Oh, listeners, we're not even going to Google it. We honor her, but
We
we don't
honor
have
her.
time to like stop the thing, and
We
we
honor
honor her.
her.
Google it. But there was something so visceral, and I would like it would connect with me where I'm like, I dig it. People would go, it's so distracting. Why does she have to make that noise? And I'm like, I love that she is screaming with every contact.
That's right.
It is like, I don't know, animalistic.
That's right.
And she was so powerful.
And to have a reason to do it, to have energy behind it, that's exactly what football was for me. And growing up with brothers, that felt very, very good and alive for me. The like tussling about.
See, it's funny because I grew up with brothers too, and like they played hockey, and I was like, they put me in the goalie net, and you get pounded
Yes.
on. And my son's a boxer, and so he gets in the ring, and I say to him, how do you do that? How do you punch each other in the face and then literally are like friends hanging out afterwards? I don't understand. So I'm the total opposite. Like if I got in that ring and someone hit me, I would just cry. And I have no desire to be tackled or harmed or pushed around in any way. I would just crumble. I don't want anything to do with it. It's really
Yeah.
funny. But I mean, it might feel good to throw a punch and land it, but I don't know.
There's an entire article that's top 5 loudest grunting female tennis players.
Extraordinary.
Oh,
Give them to
please.
us.
Number 5, Venus Williams.
Yes.
She comes in at 85
Oh my
decibels.
God.
Hold, please. Oh,
They've
and her
measured the
sister
decibels.
following her at number 4, Serena at 88.9
Incredible.
decibels. Monica Seles, this is who I was thinking
see.
of. She's at 93.2 decibels. Number 2, Maria Sharapova
That's what I was trying to
at
get out of my face.
101
There she is.
decibels. And coming in at number 1, we've got Michelle Locher de Brito at 109 decibels.
Get it, girl. She's
I love
she's
it too.
belting. She's
And
belting.
She's belting.
What do you think
That's
our
right.
decibels are?
And she says, if people don't like my grunting, they can always leave. Nobody can tell me to stop grunting. Tennis is an individual sport, and I'm an individual player. If they have to fine me, go ahead, because I'd rather get fined than lose my match because I had to stop grunting. Yeah.
Is that a possibility? Fine, you get fined for making too many decibels?
Are you a distraction to the other player? Are you like, are they
But
thinking it's
how do you gauge that? What are we measuring this off of? The decibels themselves?
I don't know. Girl, we're at least 109 decibels, you
We've
and I.
gotta be, right?
I mean, yeah. 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 So you know what, producers? Go ahead and fine
That's
us.
right.
Go
Act
ahead.
like you already are.
We're a bunch of
little bit.
loud Italians.
Yeah. Who's Italian on your side?
That's my
Your mom, your dad, your
my
both?
dad, Colella. Get in there.
Oh, Colella.
Come on.
Get in there.
Colella.
Where? From where in Italy is your family?
Sorrento is where my
Okay.
my grandparents were, and then Naples.
Ooh, it's brutal in Naples.
I know.
We tried to drive in Naples, and it is a life-threatening
But that's what
experience
people
to
feel
drive
about
in
New York
Same in
Naples.
City.
Rome.
Do you drive in New York City?
Yeah, I do.
You're
And for
used to
some
it.
reason, I'm
Yeah.
You're
okay.
used to it.
I feel like in New York, as long as you're a defensive, aggressive driver, you're fine.
Mhm.
But in Naples, like the alleyways are so small.
That's
Something
right.
happens. There's no backing up.
That's right.
There's no like, no, I want to call it a wing, but it's not a wing, a shoulder to drive to the side. Like you're effing stuck. So you better know what you're doing
Yeah,
or you're going to get caught.
that's right.
Yeah. It's not pretty.
That's right.
But the pizza in Napoli.
You can't.
Ay, 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 ay. When's the last time you've been back?
I haven't been in over 6 years now.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
I really want to get
You'll
back.
bring your little
I
bambina
can't
one
wait
day.
to. I can't wait to. Where's your family from?
So both of my maternal grandparents are from there. One is from Trieste, which is very north, so it's near Switzerland. She's my grandmother Marie Garitano, blonde, blue-eyed. You'd never suspect she was from Italy. And then my grandfather was from Calabria, which is way south, dark, dark, dark. But yeah, Sebastian, myself, and Vivi were Italian citizens. We were able to get our citizenship.
Oh,
We were married there. Like we have a real deep connection to Italy. And, we've thought about should we get a little house there? Should we move there completely? And, anytime you're looking to escape rather than going to somewhere to become, you're going somewhere to leave, it's never the right choice. So every time we're confronted with why are we going there? Well, because we could do this and America has this and we want to get away from, we always know, my mantra is it desperation or inspiration? And if it ain't inspiration, you're making the wrong choice.
I
Yeah.
love that.
That I actually needed to hear that
Yeah.
because my husband and son have Irish citizenship, and my son's going to Spain for his first year abroad for college. And we were talking about this just yesterday, like we should go, we should leave, we shouldn't stay. And I think you're right. I mean, and I feel really bad like about it. Like I feel it makes me feel confused and it makes me feel stressed out. And I think you're right. It's because I'm running away from something instead
That's
of
right.
towards something. And I
Yep.
think that's
Now, if it's the perfect
that was a
day,
message for me, actually.
if it's the perfect day and you are in Lake Tahoe and the food is delicious and your child is healthy and everything is just glowing and you still feel the need to then start a new chapter and move somewhere, then maybe that's the right answer.
Yep.
But if you are having a terrible day and the news is noisy and you're just like, God, what is happening?
Yeah.
Don't run. Don't
I
run.
love that.
It's not going to
No,
end up
I think
well.
I
that's
say
That's
every
right.
decision we make is based out of fear or love. Same thing, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all we got.
Mhm.
Fear or
Yeah,
love. That's
exactly.
exactly right.
I want to talk about Come From Away.
Okay. Afterwards.
Let me tell you, I saw that show. No one in the theater wanted to leave. The show ended, everybody was on their feet, clapping and screaming, and no one would leave because it brought such a feeling of human connection, and it was so beautiful, and it was told so well. And to me, that show is every actor's dream show.
Mm, mm.
And I just want to hear a little about your experience in it. It's truly one of my favorite shows of all time. I think it's everything theater should be. It was beautiful.
This makes me so happy.
And you were amazing
Thank
in
you
it.
so much.
Yeah.
It makes me so happy to hear someone whom I respect explain how it made them feel so eloquently. That will never ever get old. So thank you for saying that. I totally receive it. It makes me super proud to have been a part of it. I mean, it's those moments when art and what you believe in really come hand to hand. And I felt like I was exactly where I was meant to be, and we all did, and we fell madly in love with one another. And I'm still on a text thread with these people, and it's very very often that we check in and celebrate each other's triumphs and take care of one another. So that show wasn't just a show; it was a movement, and there's a legacy that came before it, and is now flowing after, and it's one of kindness. And I feel like I'm still in it, quite honestly, which is beautiful. And yes, to answer your question, as far as being an actor's dream, for many reasons. One, we got to play a bunch of different characters. Two, we're handing each other props. It's very much we're looking out for each other. And we have that secret, oh my God, isn't this awesome? As we're doing it, connection. And there were many times when I just got to sit on stage and watch a colleague of mine move and stir an audience's soul, and it felt like a masterclass and an honor every single time. So that was another bonus as far as an actor goes, being in that show.
It was one of those, I would sit in the audience and I would go, I want that role.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
I want that
Yes.
role. Oh, no, wait, no, I want that
Yes.
role. Oh, no, I want every single role in the entire show because I loved it so, so much. I brought everyone to come and see it as soon as it took me a while to see it because I didn't know what it was about. And I was like, I don't want to see a show about 9/11. I really don't.
That's, if I
Yeah.
may jump in, that's
Yeah.
what was at the tip of my tongue.
Yeah.
I had the privilege of seeing it early because you guys took it out of town quite
right.
extensively before coming to New York. So I saw it in Seattle, wanting to support you and Kendra Cassabaum. And I had a nervous pit in my belly when I read what the content was, because when I sat in the audience before it began, I thought, oh, please handle this with delicacy. Please handle this with care. I don't want to see anybody trying to make money off of 9/11. And it was that. And I was able to, my shoulders went down, my head then became clear, and the humanity with which you guys were sharing. And then I met the producers, and I was like, who were also the creators as well. But the
Yes.
authentic voice that came out of this piece was so undeniably real and new and refreshing. And it's right. I was like, I just want to hug every single person in this audience. I want to meet 5 new people and say, I'm invested in your existence. Because it was so layered and
Yeah,
deep.
it was.
All from a piece that really, I was like, I'm here to support my friends, but why do I feel like I've eaten a cardboard box? It's sitting in my belly.
Yeah.
And then it all began, and I went, oh, exhale. They're doing it right, and this is
Oh, it was
healing.
great. It was
This is
great.
healing.
It was wonderful. It's incredible. It's an incredible piece. It is. It's a perfect piece of theater. It's a perfect piece of storytelling. The balance, what they strike, as far as it is a tragedy. It's one of the world's greatest tragedies. To
Yes.
know that is at the base of it, but underneath that and all around and swimming is a true story. Also, P.S. We didn't make this up. This happened. That's the other piece that makes it so layered, is that we're reminded that we are all good at heart. We are. We are. Pure evil is a very rare thing. There, of course, yes, some folks I really took the leap and they're not well. Most of us at the core of ourselves are good. And if this was a perfect reminder of that. And then we got to look to each other and be like, we're good, right? And in the audience, we were like, we are. It was an agreement that we remember this fact.
Yeah. When is a piece like a true affirmation from start to finish without it feeling precious or
Yeah.
cliche
Yeah.
or
Right.
right? It was amazing. And then I read that you and Beverly Bass, like it was a life-changing bond for you. Was that instant? Was that something that was cultivated and
It was
grown?
instant. I saw her across the way after a show at La Jolla before she'd seen it. There's that awesome sushi restaurant right across from the theater, and I saw her, and she saw me, and we made our way to one another, and she said, "I think you're playing me," and I said, "I think you're right," and we immediately embraced and just like became these friends. And this is a woman with whom I would not have connected probably in the real world. This is a Republican conservative woman who is a pilot. She's in a completely different task force. She's in a different age bracket. I don't know that she and I would have crossed paths and forged the beautiful friendship that we did if it wasn't for this show. There are many benefits, and she and I and our friendship is another big one.
And she gifted you or allowed you to wear her bomber jacket, her wings, and her, what was the
It's her
pin?
captain's jacket and her, yeah, and the wings, her actual wings.
On Broadway. That was part of your costume. I
It was
love
so
that.
cool, and it fit like a glove. I put it on. I was like, boom! It was awesome. It was awesome.
Yeah, that's one of those magical lightning in a bottle that comes once in a career. Like you just know, oh God, that show, and the people who were lucky enough to be in that show and bring it to audiences every night and literally change the vibration of the people who sat in the chair. You left a different person than
That's
you
right.
came. It was
Did you ever
beautiful.
speak
It
with
was beautiful.
Beverly about her tiny habits? Because to break that glass ceiling, what did she do on the regular that, I mean, obviously persistence, endurance, all of
Mm.
it. But did she ever speak to you about her particular habits?
It's so sweet because she doesn't see herself as like a glass ceiling breaker. She's like, I just wanted to fly. And
Hmm.
as soon as I knew that, it's probably like us wanting to act and be on stage. She was like, that was it. That was my focus. I stayed true to my passion. I kept opening doors for myself that led to this passion, and I didn't waver. And it wasn't like her struggling against stream. She really feels like it was divine and it was a flow stemming from her
Wow.
passion and her continuing to say yes.
Yes, grunter, a fellow grunter.
That's right. She is. She's such a badass.
Yeah, maybe not at the same decibel, but she is grunting
She's
her
got
way to the
that's right.
pilot's
That's right.
chair.
She'd always be like, I don't know. She'll say after the show, I don't know how you do it. I couldn't do it. I was like, I can't fly a plane. So we're good. We're even. We're even.
All right, I'm switching to Mama Heart. What
Oh
have
my
you
God.
done to prepare?
What haven't we done? My wife is such an extraordinary person. She's really good at seeing what needs to be done and then creating a plan to get those things done. She does it on a daily basis, regularly. She does it on her own. She does it with help. It's really beautiful to watch. So, the most recent thing that she has done to care for this child, and I can't wait to tell our daughter all of the things that she's done to look out for her before she even arrived. But the most recent is this meal prep. She hired a friend, a chef, a friend of hers, to come in here for 3 days and just cook bags of bones for bone broth and these delicious soups that she looked up in a recipe book, knowing what will my body need so that how I'm going to nourish myself, how I'm going to nourish the baby. Went to those recipes, had somebody make it. We've got a freezer full of food ready, so we're not worried about that. That we're focused on cuddling and being completely content. This place is dialed as far as babies go. It is Awesome. It's so fun. It's so cool. Oh, we've got our go bags. I'm staring at our go bags over here. We had friends over the other night and they were laughing at us because um, we're we've heard that hospital rooms can be cold. And again, don't care to be chilly, and they give you some sort of napkin-y thin blanket, which is not going to work. So I've got comforter and pillows and a fuzzy blanket over there in these garbage bags that I'm gonna like Santa Claus come into Mount Sinai with. Uh,
Gosh.
I've got candles,
Oh
like
my
lights.
gosh.
We're about to make it as cozy as possible. That kind of preparation, and the way that she does it clearly is very exciting to me. um, and I'm just in awe of her and her ability to like see what your future self is going to need, and she makes it fun while we're like planning it together. It's been such a special time of like
Mhm.
feeling close to her. Um, we call each other muffin. Muffin is a term of endearment, and I said to her the other day, I was like, "Thank you for baking our muffin. Like you're creating a new
Aw.
family member for us right now. It's beautiful, and to have a front row seat and to watch her body change and to see the choices that she's making and the uncomfortable status of where she is in every second of the day and how she keeps moving through so that this person can arrive as nurtured and ready as possible is a beautiful thing to behold.
Time it out. So, Mo and you have a baby girl. When do you jump into rehearsal? What does that look like for you?
Yeah.
3 days later, yeah, she's due on February 9th. Rehearsals start February 12th. I wish we could see your faces right now, both of your
That's a
faces right
lot.
now.
That's a lot.
It's not gonna be a
No,
problem,
no,
right?
you're going to
Totally
do it.
fine.
Totally
Totally
cool.
cool. Well, here's what I'm going to do is I'm going to explain that I will come to the first day of rehearsal for the meet and greet. I want to see everyone's presentations. I'd love to meet with everyone and eye to eye celebrate this journey that we're going to go on, and then I'll be back next
That's right.
week.
Yeah.
Is what I'm going to
Because
do.
you want to lift up
Yeah,
women. This is what I need to be supported and lifted
Yes,
up.
that's
That's
right.
right. That's right.
That's
For
right.
for
sure.
sure. For sure.
Ah,
Yeah. And then I'm going to come back here and I'm going to snuggle them
oh,
down.
Jen. What a, I was going to say
Can't wait.
chapter, but no, what a stage. What a stage in your life.
Mm-hmm.
Has there ever
Hmm.
been
I
any
can't believe I get to
other
do it.
moments that have felt this monumental? No.
No, definitely not. And the coolest thing about it is that I'm so excited to finally see this Broadway show arrive where she's meant to be in this time, in an election year, with these people. And it's a huge deal to me. But this Broadway show is not the biggest thing in my life for the first time in my
Wow.
life. And that feels really, really lovely and freeing.
Beautiful.
Jen, it goes really fast. I mean, I'm looking at the three of us, and my baby is off to college. I'm gonna cry. Off to college in September. And Steph's baby is now
Nice.
leaving at single digits.
Yeah.
One more year of single digits, and you are just at the beginning.
Just.
And I got to tell you, being a mom, which I never wanted to be, I never cared about
Mm,
children. I never even held a child until I had my own,
wow.
is the greatest gift anyone has ever given me. My son is the best thing I ever did and the greatest joy of my entire life. So you are in for such a great ride. It's so much fun and it goes so fast.
And it
Mm,
looks different for every.
Yeah. And in the
mhm,
beginning, the
mhm,
days are really long, but the weeks are really fast. Like the years go fast. The days go slow and the
mhm.
years go fast.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I can't wait. I'm so grateful to have other mothers like this love that you're giving me and this because we know that it's hard, right? I know that I'm about to uproot my life in a way that it's never going to be the same. And that kind of change naturally is scary, this kind of transition, especially on the precipice of this Broadway show. But seeing your faces and hearing your love and you reaffirming what I already know for centuries, which is being a mother is the greatest gift. It really helps me feel so excited and nurtured and taken care of. So thank you. I receive you and I believe
I'm
you.
so excited
Oh,
for you.
I'm so excited too. And, you're going to be tired every freaking day of your life. It's just
Yeah.
varying, it's varying degrees of exhaustion.
So cranky.
So tired.
Oh, that makes
But
so
you're going to
cranky.
find, I mean,
Oh,
not that
God.
you're already this deep well that seems endless, but she's going to crack you open in ways you never saw coming. It's wild,
Yeah.
which will
I
only
know,
make the,
I
and then
know
the
it's
fight
true.
is you become better at all. You will be a better singer, a better actor, and you'll get more calls. And then you have to look and go, okay, I've got to make some choices here because I know,
Yeah,
I
right on.
know I am better at all these
Right on.
things. And then there's Mo and Angel. I mean, it's just what a ride.
That's right.
Oh, Jen.
Thanks, my friends. Thank you for celebrating with me.
Leslie Kritzer, who had just lost her mom.
Yeah.
And she was saying how it put everything into a new perspective for her, where the things that once seemed so big don't seem so big because now there's this new perspective that you didn't know existed because now your mom's gone. It's the same thing. All of a sudden, you're going to have this new perspective where you just go, oh, wait, I can put this into, and it doesn't mean it's always in
Oh, no,
perspective.
no, no, no. No,
Because
no,
none
no.
of us
Sure.
are always in perspective, but it gives you this new angle, and you're like, oh, wow, I never would have seen the world from this vantage point or from this psychic
Yes, yes.
way of looking at things unless I did
Oh,
this. So
yes.
it's awesome. I'm excited for you. Yay.
So you're
Thank you,
getting
thank you,
witches
thank you
prayers
so
and
much.
you're getting heavenly, like, Christian-y prayers, but the good kind of Christian.
I'm into it. I'm
It's all
feeling
the
it.
same thing.
All right, we've arrived at the 5 questions.
Stages podcast is sponsored by theatribulls.com, your gateway to official limited edition digital trading cards issued by Broadway's iconic stars. Each card represents a unique work of art, complete with an encrypted certificate of ownership and authenticity. Digital collectibles are rapidly gaining popularity among sports and music fans, and now they're coming to Broadway. Start your collection today for free at theatribulls.com. That's TheatreBles. Earn points for exciting rewards and show your support for your favorite actors. Follow on Instagram at Theatrables to stay up to date on the latest releases. Thanks, Theatrables.
Are you mountain, desert, or beach to fill your soul?
Beach.
Beach. You're a water. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so question
Okay.
number 2 is from this book that I love called The Dictionary of Obscure Sorrows. It's this book full of weird words that he's gathered from all over the world and all different cultures and stuff. And so I pick a word and then you and Steph have to guess what it means. Okay.
Fun.
We have to define it.
Okay.
Okay, the word is McFeely. It's an adjective.
Oh, yeah. That's when you feel a little uncomfortable about a touch that's about to happen. I've got the McFeelies.
Ooh.
I don't think that's going to be a good touch.
Why am I just thinking of a doctor in Grey's Anatomy, but that would be a noun. So hold on.
Doctor from Grey's Anatomy.
McFeely's. Okay, so it's when you are standing in a bit of a windstorm and there's lots of debris that's kind of hitting you and nicking your skin at all different parts.
Oh, yeah.
That's when you're feeling
That
the
old
McFeely's.
chestnut. Oh, yeah.
Yes.
No, you're both wrong. It
Oh,
is
that's so weird.
derived from the middle name of Fred Rogers. His middle name was McFeely. And
Mr. McFeely, he's a character on the little not
and
Yes,
and
what's
it
the damn show?
means to be inexplicably moved by a predictable and well-worn sentiment, like your feelings matter, you are loved, and you are enough.
Oh
I
my
need you to read
God.
that
I do
whole darn thing
too.
just one more time.
It's when you are inexplicably moved by a predictable and well-worn sentiment, even if it's obvious or trite, like your
That's
feelings
amazing.
matter, you are loved, and you are
McFeely.
enough.
Oh, so something we've heard 1,000 times,
And it
but
still
for
moves
that
you.
one moment, it really touches
Mm.
you. Oh,
Aw,
that is amazing.
a McFeely.
McFeely. Okay, so if you could wake up with a special skill, worldly or otherworldly, what would it be?
Flying. just for the fun of it. Not like, oh, I could get there so much faster. I have a lot of dreams about flying, and I don't have wings. It's just a remembering. I'm like, oh, I remember how to do this. I have to take a certain kind of breath and lift in a certain way, and then I'm up, and it's thrilling, and it's been reoccurring since I was a kid. So
Wow.
I think that.
And what's the name of your song from Come From Away?
Yeah, exactly.
What is it?
What's
What?
the name of your
Oh
big
shit, that's
solo from
funny.
Come From
That's
Away?
really funny. That's me and this guy.
Okay, next question.
Okay, next question. If you were to be arrested and thrown in jail and your wife had to come bail you out, what would she assume that you have done to get yourself thrown into prison?
Public nudity.
Yes, yes.
Indecent exposure. Yeah. I didn't have to think twice about that.
That was right on the tip of her McFeely's, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. All right, this might be an outlier question for you, but if you were a nail polish color, what would it be? And what's the cheeky little name of that color?
Oh, Jen Engine Red.
Oh, yes.
Love it.
Yeah.
Oh, it was so great to meet you.
Oh,
What
so
a
great.
pleasure. This was a
Thank you.
delight. Thank
you.
you. Thank you for including me. Thank you for trusting me and wanting to spend this time with me. What a pleasure.
Thank you for giving of your precious, precious time. And we are sending you and your wife and your little pup, whose name I forgot.
Stella Colella.
Stella Colella. Two L's though, so Stella Colella.
See, now you got it. Stella Colella.
I got
That's
it.
right.
Now I
You
got
got
it.
it. You got it.
All right. Blessings, my friend.
I love
All
you,
over
buddy.
you.
All
I
good
love you too.
things. All
love you.
good things.
Thank you. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much, my friends.
Thank you.
All right, I love you. Bye.
Bye.
What struck a chord with us? Oh my gosh, well, how nice was she?
I mean, are you feeling like tingly and good and almost like you're floating an inch off the floor?
She gives you the McFeelies.
She gives you the McFeelies because when you sit with her, you are of an importance. She is you're giving each other something. It's not just a pass. It's not a, she really makes you feel like you are important. What's the sentence I used? And when I wrote it down in her bio, I was like, that's who she is. She encourages you. I was really proud of myself, by the way.
Yeah,
when
that
I
was a
wrote it
very
down.
good. But your intros are always really good.
Thank you. But it was something about encouraging people to recognize the miracles in the world. And much like Gavin Creel, she does that. She will find the beauty. She will find something about whatever the moment is, or you will elevate your day because she makes you aware of the beauty in the smallest and most mundane things.
Yeah.
What a gift.
I think that
Yeah.
people that are really centered can do that. I find when I'm really centered, I can do that for other people, but when I'm off kilter, I can't because I can't do it for myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's really cool. She seems real. She's not at all who I expected her to be. I didn't know her at all. I've never met her.
Oh, interesting.
I've only seen her on stage. I saw her in If Then, and I saw her in Come From Away, and she's
Yeah.
not at all who I thought she would be. Not at all.
You know, if I were to draw a portrait of her, you know how she kept like putting both of her hands
Mhm.
crossed over her heart?
Mm.
That's how I always envision her because that's where everything sits, like literally on her heart. There's very few people like her.
We didn't get into it, but is her wife an actress?
I don't believe so. I don't know for a fact, but I don't believe so. I don't know how they met. But my gosh, to be starting a family in this very, very moment, I can close my eyes and go right back. She was talking about the fuzzy blankets and stuff. I didn't bring a full comforter, but yes, I had a blanket. And if anybody were to ask, like, what day would you go back to? It was probably like the 5 or 6 hours before we were going to be released from the hospital. And before then, you know, there's nurses coming in at every second, checking the baby, checking on you, bringing food, the noises, the beeping, the whatever. But the 6 hours before we left, no nurses were coming in and no phones were going off, and nobody expected anything of us except for the three of us to be together. And it was such a pure, in the moment that I would love to go back to that again. It was really a
Oh, that's so
moment in
sweet. I
time.
remember when we left with Seb, you know, we had to stay an extra few days because he was jaundice and they came in and they help us put him in the car seat, you know, that whole thing. And then they were like, okay, bye. And Michael's like, wait, you mean you're not coming home with us? Like we have to just take this thing and go? Oh, we can't do that. We need to stay. Michael was like, I can't believe they just like put him in a car seat and stand you out the door. What are we supposed to do? We don't know what we're doing. It's so funny.
Seb drove about 30 miles per hour on the way home. I was like, honey, this is just as dangerous as speeding. You've got to drive.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's a wild thing to come home with the newborn baby.
It really is. It really is. All right, lady, this was really fun.
All right. I sure love you.
I love you too.
Bye.
Stages podcast is produced by Mary Lee Fairbanks and Stephanie J. Block. You can find us wherever you listen to your podcasts. Join us on social media pages or sign up for the mailing list at stagespodcast.net. That is also where you will find Stages swag. If you enjoyed this podcast, please share and rate and review the show. It really helps us grow. Big thank you to Noah Kaiserman and Garrett Healy for the original music, and Allison Arns, who has been with us since day one. See you soon.